Hey y'all, superwoman persona sessions. Get in here. We are talking about what are you afraid to lose? Okay, what are you afraid to lose that God is not going to give you on the other side of your obedience, on the other side of getting out of your way? Get in here. Okay. Hello, everybody. Latoya Deshawn, personal makeup artist and personal development coach to high profile talent and women all over the world. Okay. I am here. We're in another session. As you can see, I'm not in my regular place. It is the holidays and I am visiting family, my chosen family. Now, this is why I got on this call today because I want to talk to my women out here, my millennials, the ones who are really trying to work towards personal freedom, the ones who are really sick and tired and frustrated and things are not working out, their relationships are suffering, or they just want more for their life and they don't know how to get it, right? This is for you. I want to tell you a little story. I'm not going to be here long, but behind every face is a story. So, that's how I teach. But when I first started my journey of deciding, right, getting out of my own way, telling my story, trusting myself, being self-aware, it was around the summer. So maybe June, July of 2019. I remember my transformation. The framework started in May of 2019, right? My transformation has been happening for about 5 years now. So when I was creating the framework, it was one point where I was sitting in my room and I was going to the bathroom. If anyone's been to my house, it's not a long walk. And what happened was I heard God, because I hear God. We always do, I believe. We just have to be in tune. And he said, shortest walk, I was walking, and he said, what are you afraid to lose that I'm not going to give you on the other side? That's all I heard at that point, right? And when I knew what he was saying, and when I answered the question for myself, the answer was my family. I was afraid to lose my relationships with my family, particularly my nieces and nephews. Again, I have over 50 nieces and nephews. I'm a great aunt like over 15 times. Yes, I'm young, but I have a lot of older brothers and sisters who are older than me and have kids. Some of them had kids. One of them had kids before I was even born. So there's a lot of, I want to be around. I want to be an example for my nieces and nephews. I want them to see what excellence looks like as I show up for myself and as I get out of my own way, right? We grow up with certain kind of experiences. I knew that I wasn't liking the systems within my family. I also saw my nieces and nephews and just other family members carrying on in the same tradition, and I knew another way. Right, I had went to college. I had already started to just get better as a person in terms of like, I don't want to be just around my family. I want to explore and do new things and all of that. But the thing is, and this is what we do as women, we're like, hey, I want to go help the next person, get them out of this trauma, right? I want to save the next. The thing is, you can't save someone when you ain't even been saved. You really got to reconcile there, Me answering that question, what was I afraid to lose, allowed me to go on an exploration of who I am. It allowed me to dream up a life of what I want. I didn't even think about family for myself, creating one, until God challenged me to think about what I was going to gain, right? My family's not going anywhere. Anybody knows, y'all know, I consider myself currently estranged or whatever, or not, or whatever. When I write the book, it'll be called Bet. Chapter would be like Bet. Or what did I say I wanted the chapter? Be right back. Be right back. Because there was a certain point when I knew that being obedient to God was better than what I was already doing. So be right back was me choosing to say, hey, I know my family's going to say something about me. I know they're going to have their opinions about what I have to do to keep myself healthy and to keep myself whole in this world. But what I know God charged me to do is be obedient to what he has for me, because that is what I wanted for myself. What are you afraid to lose that God won't give you on the other side of your obedience, on the other side of you getting out of your own way? Right? I'm talking to you from my friend's house, my chosen friend's house, who are also my chosen family. 2 years ago, even though these people definitely were my chosen family then, I didn't have a lot of relationships that I could tap into. And so that caused me to continuously be around family members and people who were not serving me and people who were toxic and things like that. I didn't know better. I didn't know how to go get better. And I was seemingly comfortable, right? Uncomfortably comfortable with the situation. But now I choose a life of happy. I choose a life of holding myself in the highest regard. And so, I have family. I have places to go. I have places to tap into where people share my similarities. We get to do things that we enjoy. I'm going to go to a brewery. We're cooking right now. We're listening to good music. These are all things that I enjoy if you know me. And even just talking about research and what we want to do with our life, desires of our heart. That's where I want to sit. When I was with my family and in the holidays, I couldn't talk about my accolades. I couldn't talk about what I was doing without them saying, oh, you talking too much, or you think you're all that, or whatever stuff that family says. But you have to, you guys are struggling, right? You want to change your life. You want to get into personal freedom. And you have to know that what you want to go towards is better than what you're leaving. And a lot of times we want to stay in both places. You cannot stay in both places. You cannot want better under the same toxic systems. You cannot think that you're going to make it out of there. All you will be is just aware and still being abused. The tagline, one of the taglines of my company is, you've been serving everyone, yet being served the least. Not anymore. So when are you going to decide that what's on the other side is better than what you're doing right now? I always talk about the life you can expect to live when you get out of your own way. Personal freedom, holding yourself in the highest regard, having your chosen family, being able to be comfortable with who you are, okay, being able to be around people who share your interests and your desires, right? That's freedom. Right? Let's step it even further, right? Women that I work with, you're going to also be making money. We making money over here so that we can also continue to create more flexibility and freedom in our lives to go and do the things that bring us joy, to tap back into those families that we were always thinking about, right? They never leave us. We just get clear about how we can live a better quality of life. And so I wanted to do this video because I am sitting here in a spot of something that I asked for a couple of years ago. I was lost, frustrated, career was lackluster, on top of that, adverse childhood experiences, family trauma, mental health disparities, right? Let's talk about my CPTSD, my patriarchal stress disorder, my health stuff, my myomectomy, my fibroids, my lipoma that I just had surgery with, right? I had shingles, have tendinitis. Come on, let's keep it going. It's a lot. And there's a direct correlation of when we do not hold ourselves in highest regard, how it shows up in our mental health and our physical health. And so what are you afraid of to lose they won't give you on the other side? Be afraid to lose out on a life of being able to be healthy, healthy and whole and happy. So I just want you guys to know that you are worthy of that. I don't like using the word self-love because it's a buzzword, and a lot of women don't know how to actually get towards personal freedom. I'll look at people say that they're self-loving, but they're still overexerting themselves with work. They're still showing themselves. They just want to be seen, valued, and heard, right? They're not really understanding that alignment with who they are, how they show up. Spiritual grounding is where they need to sit. Nothing else matters. Because when you're not focused there, you can't build a life for yourself. You want something, but you don't know how to get there. You don't know the blueprint to get to personal freedom. You just know you want it. But you are afraid to leave your comfort zone. And you have to know that what you want is better than what you're leaving. And that you are not really leaving, but you are getting back to you, to holding yourself in the highest regard. I'm not with my relatives, right? I'm going to call them relatives because that's the people, blood relation, right? Family is what you cultivate. And we should always be cultivating family wherever we are, because as we grow up, as we show up for ourselves, we grow and we do different things, and it's okay to move forward. And you just have to know that family is still there. They never left. They never, ever left. That's the message, y'all. I'm telling you, June 2019, when he said this, I wasn't necessarily afraid, but it was an acknowledgement of how much my nieces and nephews meant to me, and how much I just wanted to save them from the family. But I still needed to be saved, and I still needed to be, there was work that still needed to be done in me, That's my therapy journey. That's the reading the books. That's all the resources that I have. That's creating better habits. That's affirming yourself. It's also telling your story. It's all the things that I have created within Patent Leather Project, especially Superwoman Freedom Academy, which I'll talk a little bit more about. But you always decide. You always decide. You tell your story. You be honest. You be self-aware about how you're sitting in this world. And then you must decide. I've decided. And as you can see, I look good, I feel good, and this is going to just keep on going. I wish that for all of you women out there right now, personal freedom is something you can get to, right? I care about your overall quality of life and holding you in the highest regard. But to do that, you have to change your beliefs, your thought patterns, and your emotional reactions. It can happen. You are worthy of showing up for yourself, and being served finally. I hope you guys have a really happy holiday. Do not work too hard. You always work hard. It's just what you do. Stop. Enjoy. Reflect. I'm rooting for you. You guys have a really great day.